Good evening and welcome to EBTV's coverage of East Brunswick High School athletics. Tonight from Jay Doyle Field, the opening game of the 2023 football season against the Warriors of Franklin Township High School. Hi, I'm Ken Saroka along with Richie Whalen, and this is a battle here between two teams that would probably like to forget the last year or so of their football lives.
Yeah, you're right, Ken. East Brunswick ended up 1-8 on the season last year. They ended up winning the last game of the year against Island Kennedy, and Franklin, unfortunately for Warriors fans, did not get a win last year. They were 0-8. So I think both teams, going into this year, want to get off to a good start, and I think, it's going to be a pretty competitive game.
And competitive in the sense that East Brunswick has a really good star quarterback, apparently. We're going to see him in action, and that will be number 18, Vito Tropiano.
Yeah, last year the Bears had Ben Solomini, who kind of did it all for them. He led the team. He was their quarterback, led the team in passing yards, and also was a 1,000-yard rusher. So East Brunswick, has some shoes to fill, and Vito, was at Elizabeth last year. He came back to EB. We'll keep an eye on his knee. I know the last play of last year, I can see him walking on the sideline here. He's got a brace on that knee. Seems to be doing okay. Can throw the ball really well. Hopefully he'll have some time to do that.
He's 6'2", 230. I mean, he's Ben Roethlisberger. He's not, we're used to seeing mobile, agile, scat back kind of quarterbacks here, not ones that are more like the standard pocket passers of back in the day.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's going to be, a committee of guys that he's going to look to throw the ball to. Derek Christie, who's a senior, is one of those guys. I know Ryan Bennett led the team in receiving for the Bears last year. He'll be back. He's a tough, hard-nosed player, so that's someone to keep an eye for. And then, looking at Franklin, not only does East Brunswick have some guys that they're looking to replace. I know Franklin, same thing. They lose their leading passer and leading rusher who almost rushed for 1,000 yards last year. So, some guys have to step up for both teams. So we'll keep an eye on that, and it looks like East Brunswick is going to be kicking off.
Right, they won the toss but deferred to the second half. Number 28, Nick Maroon, will kick it off at the 40-yard line here.
And that's number 1, Bryce Payne, deep for Franklin.
And here it is. It's August 25th, and we're starting the sports calendar, and we're underway. Picking it up at the 14. And great pursuit. So only a 6-yard return there for Bryce Payne.
And that was number 13, Ethan Hernandez, on the tackle, and he had some help from a couple other Bears. So good start. Pinned Franklin back at their own 20. So we'll get a look at this offense. We know East Brunswick offense is going to be a little bit different than we're used to. A lot more throwing. And that looks like number 2.
Yeah, he's a freshman.
Yeah.
John Nod Katie.
All right, we got the chain. Everything's ready. Here we go.
Inside handoff right up the gut. A good opening play for the Warriors of Franklin. Gain of 6. Second down and 4.
And that was number 57, Brian Marmion, on the tackle. He's a 6-foot senior. 200-pounder, so good first game, as he said, on first down there.
Katie, again, another handoff.
He's going to be just short, about a yard short.
Bring up a 3rd and a long 1. Franklin only won 2 games 2 years ago. So in the last 2 full seasons, Franklin's only won 2 games. Bears had a pretty good season 2 years ago.
Yeah, they were 8-2. They actually beat Franklin 20-14 a couple of years ago in a close game and ended up losing to Toms River North in the state playoff game. But yeah, Franklin last couple of years hasn't been too good for them record-wise.
Handoff. Stuffed. Won't get to the, well, maybe get a little bit, but certainly it's going to be 4th down.
Yeah, that was
deep in your own end.
Yeah, a couple guys for the Bears there. That was number 2, Saroka to Eugene on the play there. He had a nice play earlier as well. Number 32 for the Bears also in on that play. So they're.
Well, it looks like they're going to go for it. They got
Yeah.
brought in the heavy package here, and they got
I kind of like it. You
extra,
haven't.
extra linebacker there as a fullback.
I think
You
he
gotta
could be
anticipate.
sneaked here,
Yep.
and he got it. All he needed to do was get that nose of the football to the 30. So
Without the Jalen Hurts fanny push, the Eagles playing that way. So first down, and ball will be spotted just shy of the 31-yard lines. First quarter action here. Bears in the green and green with white numerals. Franklin in the white with yellow pants, yellow helmets, dark blue numerals or black numerals.
another guy that East Brunswick had last year, offensive line, Omar Rackley, big guy that don't have him this year. So
Dropping back to pass. Completion there to Amir Glover, close to the 40, not quite there. So it'll be a second down and a 1.
this gives you a lot of options as an offense what to do here. Second and short. A couple guys on the defensive line here. Just say their names here. Derek Christie, number 10 on that right defensive end position. You have number 72, Elias Viscarello, as well on that right side.
Got to expect an inside handoff here. Instead, it's a little flanker screen. Gets the first down. Good pursuit coming all the way over from the end. But Franklin manages their second first down. They're at the 44.
Yeah, I like the play call there. You get number 10 there.
Well, I anticipated the run. So
yeah.
You can see that they're trying their best to keep East Brunswick off smelling those plays.
Yeah, and looks like one of their better players there, Xavier Henderson, there on that play. And like you said, number 22, Ryan Bennett, that's a guy to keep an eye on. He's a good defensive player for the Bears also. Nice offensive player, tough player.
2 wide receivers at the bottom with the handoff inside. And still going? Wow, I thought his knee was down.
Yeah, that looked that way to me. I think they were a little fortunate there.
That was Tajir Williams, number 8.
Give him credit, though, and he never heard the whistle and kept those legs moving. It went from a play maybe to the line of scrimmage to getting almost, 7 yards there.
Ball's just inside East Brunswick territory at the 49. They have to get to the 46, so 2nd and 3. Again, 2 wide receivers at the top, 2 wide receivers at the bottom. Little dump off there.
Another nice tackle by Bennett there to hold them short of that first down.
Well, that dump off, now you have to play it up closer now. See, maybe if Katie as a true freshman, has an arm to go a little deeper with that ball.
Yeah.
Third down and 1.
And a lot of times,
got to assume this is 2 down territory. Deep back here is Williams, way back, 7 yards off. Trying to get the Bears to jump. And met on the 48 of Franklin and stuck.
And we'll have to get a number 32 I don't have on my roster here. I apologize to the young man there, but they sent him in there. Same play they ran a few times. That handoff, it takes a little bit of time to develop. So if you can hit that hole and not get blocked, that's kind of what happened. So
you have Bennett up the top of the screen there as the deep back. And the second person back, I don't have the number.
Yeah, that's
right
Logan Conrarty. He also played basketball for a little short time.
Some kind of equipment, maybe? The up back. The up back didn't have his mouthpiece in. Maybe it's, I don't know.
All right, so half the Franklin, decent drive. They flipped the field as long as this punt is decent here. Took about 6 minutes off the clock.
Popped up in the air. That's not going to go unless it takes a good bounce, and it doesn't. It bounces back. And Bears will take over around the 37-yard line, 1st and 10.
Yeah, only about a 13-yard, 14-yard punt there. So that, ends up giving the Bears decent field position. And like you were saying before, Ken, we get to see, Vito Tropiano here. Played at Elizabeth last year, quarterback. I'm sure got some good experience there.
6'2", 230, the senior. Bennett be lined up in the slot. You have 2 wide receivers, top 2 bottom. One in motion is Bennett.
Run. Yes!
And that's going nowhere.
That was Jacob Howard, number 43. Really had no chance on that play there. Number 11.
They're being generous here with the loss. Only a loss of a yard.
No huddle. Whoa. A little too loud. You want to stay like that upstairs. Got TV going on right here. Too loud.
Sweep around the end here. Bennett trying to weave his way through. We'll get to the 40, 41, 42. Takes a bunch of people with him.
Yeah, did a good job of keeping his legs motoring there. Ended up getting an extra, 2 or 3 yards to make this a much more manageable 3rd down play, 3rd and about 3.
Yeah, from a loss of 1 to now 3rd and 3, that was a gain of 8. Waiting for signals to come in. Tropiano. Inside handoff. Ooh, I don't think he got it. It's going to be close. We'll see who had the good spot on that one.
Yeah, the guy on the far side told the chains to move.
All right, well, again, there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 officials? So somebody one side, somebody on the other side has to get it. 1st down for the Bears, 46-yard line. Tropiano to pass to Bennett. Breaks a tackle. Still on his feet. Gets inside Warrior territory and is dropped at the 43. That'll be enough for a 1st down.
And I like the offense by the Bears here. Obviously, Tropiano on the shotgun. A lot of quick passes. And, you do that. You rely on your receivers to make some plays. They call it the yak yard after catch, and he was able to break a tackle and get a 1st down for the Bears.
Single setback right behind. Tropiano's now going to drop back, looking, and he's just going to throw it away. He expected Conradi to take off for the sideline, or at least on a wheel route. Miscommunication there. 2nd down and 10. Now you have 3 wide receivers split to the bottom of your screen. Single wide receiver to the top. Jacob Howard is your lone setback, 1 yard behind Tropiano. RPO not going anywhere. Bears not doing a good job opening lanes there in the interior.
Yeah, and that's the 2nd time number 11, Joseph Nakochu, got in there and made the initial hit. So, this is probably 4 down territory for the Bears unless they're thinking to pin, Franklin back, so you don't have to get all of it here.
Long pass to the sideline. Trying to get those extra yards, and does manage to get the 1st down. Is Logan Conradi.
And there's another play where, Bears, it's a little bit short of where the 1st down was, but the receivers are able to get some yards after the catch there.
That ball was up in the air an awful long time, though. You're throwing across you're throwing across the field like that, and that's pick 6 territory. If you have somebody playing up a little bit better on it. Ball spotted now on the 26, 27-yard line. Bennett straight up the middle. This time, Bears get some positive yardage on the running play. Gets out to the 24, just shy of the 24.
And I would think down in this territory, you have number 10 there on the far sideline, Derek Christie. That's a guy you take a look at. He's about 6'3". He's got a good matchup. You can look to throw one up to him.
He's isolated there, single on there, but we got a sweep coming across, cutting it back inside. Smart move there as traffic was blocking his way on the outside. And
that was Ethan Hernandez, number 13. No, number 11 for the Bears, another receiver, Marco Goodat. He's a returner, got a lot of time last year, both on offense and defense.
3rd and 5. Bears have to get to basically the 17.5-yard line here. Up, and that was a bit of movement there on the interior line. Back us up 5 yards.
That's one thing I guess you see a little bit more often earlier in the year. Some penalties like that, getting everyone on the same page. Another thing to look for tonight, you know, some of these guys playing 2 ways. It is humid, starting a little bit earlier than normal. We're in August, so it's a humid day. So
humid. It may say 80 degrees on my weather app, but it feels just like about 90 with the humidity just hanging here. Now the sun has gone down. It's not a factor here. Lights are up. Bennett goes out, and he'll be split out on the far side. Tropiano back to throw. And that was picked. Didn't get that one up high enough.
Yeah, and he had pressure coming in his face there.
So turnover. We had a turnover, a punt, and now a turnover on an interception. So 2:09 left in the first quarter. Yeah. Both teams trying to feel their way through this. I mean, this is obviously, when did they started practicing? August 1st for football? Around that time?
Yeah, around the first week of August, sometime around there. So,
okay, 3 wide receivers to the bottom of the screen here. Handoff inside.
Yeah, there was a nice block there on the end to
Xavier Henderson, number 10.
Yeah, let him turn the corner there. And then number 14, Felix Munoz, was able to corral him there, but that was after about a gain of almost 30.
3 wide receivers there, to block downfield, create a seam.
And just like that flips the field position a little bit here as well.
Gain of 26 yards on that play.
And we're actually down. We're down to only 2 minutes left in this first quarter here.
Xavier Henderson in the backfield there. Katie, center in the shotgun. Ball's on the ground. Katie is going to take it and go nowhere with it. Going to lose 3 yards, maybe 4.
That was number 5 there, Raul Anuski, and Derek Christie, number 10, was chasing him down from the backside there. And they were sending, both linebackers were sent on that play there as well. So there's a lot of Bears converging there.
What that play would have been. He dropped the ball on the snap if he was going to. That was maybe a design reflex. Once he drops the ball, it's like, I got to run.
Right.
Again, 3 wide receivers, trips down to the close side of the field here. Again, almost drops the ball, looks very unsure of himself.
Yeah.
And that could be that humidity we're talking about here. They're just getting a little slippery,
Yeah, sloppy right now.
So 2 negative plays here for the Warriors. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and do my math in my head here.
Look, about 20, 18, 19,
19, yeah, 17, 3rd and 17. $30 seconds left here. They better get this play off.
Yeah, See the guy, the referee in the back, he's counting down. He better be looking at that 4, 3, and one more, and it's delay a game. That's delay a game. As a quarterback, you got to have a look at that guy. He'll start.
Or do we get a timeout because the far official looks like the far? Oh, no, delay.
Yeah. So that's one thing. You know, anyone can look on offense, but usually the quarterback, you have a feel for it, but you also look at that back official there, and he'll start counting down with 5 seconds left.
Okay, so now it's 3rd and 22. He's going to dump it over the middle, right into the hands of the Bears, and taking it down to the 35 is Farouk Tajuddin.
Yeah, almost like you didn't see him there, the way they threw that.
Well, there was some confusion on the part of the Bears with personnel for something like that, and then they got set, and Tajuddin just kind of went back into the middle of the field, and came up with the interception, nice, and a few-yard return there. So now the ball's going to be on the 35 for the Bears with 7 seconds left in this half. So both teams guilty of an INT turnover.
And that looked like an 0-8 team drive right there, you know, from last year, because they had that one big run, get them in good field position, and then, you know, backwards, you know, penalty, and then, you know, that play there. So let's see if the Bears can capitalize here.
Tropiano in the shotgun. Motion with Bennett. Quick out to Bennett, and right on it. A little bit of poor planning because you had 2 wide receivers in the area. You had Goudat over there, and Goudat hadn't cleared out of that area yet. All right, so this is the end of our first quarter with the score 0-0. This is the first of 3 home games in a row for the Bears here at Jay Doyle Field. And the first, hopefully, of 3 broadcasts. We were a little bit concerned about the weather today. So, unfortunately, could not bring out all the equipment here because it might get a little ugly later in this night.
Yeah.
But we're here.
Yeah, and like you said, I think, listen, not that one game makes or breaks your season, but after having a tough year for the Bears, you know, 1-8, you know, this is an important game against a team that, you know, is a similar situation. So, you know, kind of up and down first half for the Bears. They didn't obviously just get that turnover. Offensively, they moved the ball pretty well on that first drive before the interception. Now, again, have really good field position going in here. And like you said, you know, kind of like that as a team. If you can take advantage, you have, you know, your home, which I think helps a little bit. They're home, like you said, next week against Hillsborough. And then, you know, I think if you look at what Monroe did last year and kind of who they have coming back, another home game against Monroe, which I think is another game you look at saying you can be competitive against. So, you know, this could be a nice start to the year for the Bears.
All right, so 2 wide receivers top, 2 wide receivers bottom. Williams is the lone setback, man in motion. Conradi is going to try to cut it back inside, finds a seam, and will be close to the first down. And again, it depends on a spot. It looks like it's going to be just outside at the 27-yard line. Got to get to the 26 and.
Yeah, so about 3rd and 2 here. 3rd and you know, short 3, long 2.
And that again, it was there, but it slipped out of the hands.
Actually fortunate because that ball kind of went up in the air, almost got picked off again. So
4th down, it looks like the Bears will be going for it here. I don't think Tropiano is a candidate to run. If he's got that knee brace, you wouldn't assume that he's going to be running with it. Oh, nice design, Conradi. As Tropiano rolls right, Conradi comes across the field in the opposite direction, meets up.
Yep, and you kind of plan that going into, you know, the game. All right, we're in this situation. It's a big 3rd down, 3rd and short, you know, so good execution by the Bears, good play call by the Bears.
Bears right back to the line here. Williams No, that inside run just doesn't seem to be as productive. The Bears not getting off the line.
Yeah. And you know, Howard doesn't have a lot there. I'd like to see him not run quite as straight up either and kind of hit that hole a little bit harder. Easy for me to say up here. But, you know, something like that too, Ken, you know, those third downs, you know, better teams that win some games convert third downs and stay on the field. So that's a good sign by the Bears.
Pitch to Williams around the outside, get some blocks from the wide receivers, trying to get to and dropped around the 16-yard line, fumbles it out of bounds. Still going to be short of the first down. Not much of a gain there. So we're looking at getting just inside the 10.
All right.
So
got about 3rd and 7 here. 3rd and 10.
Yep, a little bit more than 6, a little bit less than 7.
We got Derek Christie, got a nice height advantage down here too. Number 6.
Looks like they're rotating 2 toward him. Yeah. Oh, that was going across the middle and getting his hands on it for the Warriors is the last name, first name got cut off.
Like. This is Nick Maroon coming out, so they think he's got the leg here to make this. This is going to be about a 32-ish yarder, and we'll have to see where they spot it, but should be about 32, 33 yards. And again, I'd like to, you know, see that Derek Christie down had that good matchup too.
That time they had two DBs sheltered.
Okay.
They had him inside and outside. So I guess they figured that was going to be the case.
All right, so it's going to be 33-yarder here.
Blocked.
Yeah.
Somebody got that on the line.
And I think he maybe had a little bit of penetration, but I also think, you know, that ball obviously comes out a little bit lower the farther out you get to get some get enough on it. And so again, Bears kind of stalled just like they did last time down at, you know, the previous possession they had on offense. They had the in, and this one they got, you know, it's tough. You get close to that 20-yard line, that red zone, things kind of get a little bit tighter. You know, give Franklin credit as well, but you know, East Brunswick as an offense has to do a little bit better job when they get in, you know, what they call the red zone or the red zone area.
Janad Katie.
Well, reverse here.
Reverses it and coming across, has some blocking, and this is going to go for tripped up just shy of midfield. So that's almost a 34-yard gain right there.
A good call, and I like that on first down too. Nice call.
That was Bryce Payne.
Couple Bears dove at him. Again, we don't have a number 32. We'll have to see who that is, but I think he also got a finger on his shoelace to trip him up. Yeah, they're getting that block on that outside to turn the corner. The Bears have to be a little bit better defensively there and hold that corner a little better because, you know, they've been able to turn the corner and get some plays there.
First down for Franklin, ball spotted on the 40.
And that was
East Brunswick.
Yep, that was number 21, Logan Conradi on the tackle there from his corner position. You see Bears a little bit defensively. Some guys, you know, breathing for some air there, hands on their hips, kind of body language isn't great right now. It might be a little tired.
Williams on the inside handoff gets nothing, 1 yard.
And I'll have to ask the coaching staff here. Number 32's had a nice half where we're calling them number 32. We don't have.
Well, do you see 33 down there? Well, don't want to assume that, but there's a 33. But I don't see a 33 on the bench.
They're taking a lot of time here. They gotta be careful again. Look at that back judge with the clock here. They're in the huddle for a while. He's counting down.
right through the hands of Alberto Martinez.
Yep.
But no Bear around to scoop it up.
Yeah, he was looking to run before he caught it, which can happen.
Oh, we're in the third down and call it 10 almost. Again, they're just lazily taking the time getting that play in. Katie is not the quarterback, just getting that play and just coming jogging in. Hand off to trying to break that.
Yep.
There's a flag.
And that's maybe why they're getting the edge.
Well, we'll see about that.
Holding territory, that flag.
Yeah, looks like they're going to march it back toward midfield. Holding is the call. So the Bears catch a break there. And it's now a 3rd and 20. So they were 3rd and 19, then 23 with the delay of game penalty.
Yep.
Holding. Yep, holding there. 10 yards.
Bears, view the Bears here, keep the ball in front.
Oh, no, yeah, now that one you could have, yeah, 73, they're calling on
the Bears.
Yeah, because 73 came across. 73 is Noah DeJesus came across first. And so the Bears will give back 5 of those yards.
Brings up 3rd and 15 for the Warriors. Ball on the 45-yard line.
7:35 left to go in this second quarter. Back to pass, looking to run, and wrapped up for a minimal gain there, and that'll bring up 4th down and 12 or 4th down and 13. 4th and 13, and their punting unit will come on. I don't know how good it is, but Bennett will drop back. First punt was only 14 yards.
Yeah. And another nice play by number 32 of the Bears there. Having a nice first half for them.
So 3 possessions for Franklin, an INT and 2 punts. Both teams moving the ball, just not being able to capitalize.
And they're going to maybe take the penalty to give them a little more room there, I guess. Because
Why?
Yeah, I know.
I mean, why? I mean, your punter had only
They
a
have Ray
14-yard punt. Yeah, you don't have Ray Guy back there.
I don't know how many people will get that reference, right? I have to start naming guys that are a little more current,
football,
right?
Football Hall of Fame, only punter in the Football Hall of Fame. Yeah, but you don't have that. I mean, this is like I said, this is, whoa, a little high. All right, a better punt. Bennett will field it at the 21, get as far as he can, gets out to about the 35. So nice return of 14 yards.
Yeah. And that's all I want as a coach to have my punt return. You catch every ball that you can, right? Don't let it bounce and then just go north and south and get as many yards as you can and turn that into really nice field position for the Bears.
And no penalties.
And no penalties, yeah.
Well, high school punters, I mean, we have to understand this is not college or pros, but those balls are knuckleballs most of the time. When you see them punting, very few high school punters have that good form where it's, you know, this kind of tight spiral kick with a lot of English on it if it hits. All right, so 2 wide receivers to the top. Again, we're still waiting for that combination to work, but we'll see how it does now. Is isolating.
Yeah, looked like number 26. There's Logan Conrarty.
26 was moving forward.
Was moving, yeah. That's his first time in the backfield for the Bears. That's Will Gelanu. Looks like he moved before the snap. Let's see.
Yep.
He's excited to be in there. Just moved a little bit soon there.
So that'll be a 5-yard penalty. Now, if you have your tall wide receiver in Christie,
yep.
Derek Christie, why aren't you isolating him on the far side?
Yeah, right now I don't even see him.
He's not even on the field.
Right.
Yeah.
They have number 14 that I haven't seen too much in there on the bottom here. That's Felix Munoz. You have Ethan Hernandez. Number 13 down here, Conrarty, I think is on the one side.
Inside handoff. Again, that's not going anywhere. Hasn't been really that productive all night. So a gain of 2 would be 2nd down and 13.
Will Gelanu picks up a couple for the Bears. Brings up 2nd and 13. Ball on the 33-yard line.
Pace of this game slowed down a little bit, right?
Mistakes, penalties, and slowing it down. Jet sweeps. No, make it around the outside, trying to cut it back inside. But again, that's going nowhere as too much penetration, perhaps.
Yeah, lost a yard or 2 on the play too. So now it's going to be about 3rd and 14 or 15.
It gets back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 14 for the Bears.
All right, so you need a 3rd and 14 play here. You have tight bundle of trips wide receivers on the close side of the field. Tropiano back to pass, throwing it way downfield. And kind of a traffic jam there as finally Christie was targeted, but that was overthrown. I think he kind of stepped on or got stepped on inadvertently there.
Yeah, and it was kind of crowded in that area anyway. It might have probably been better maybe. We'll see with the punt here for them to not even intercept that one. Timeout Bears, it looks like. Not sure why.
Well, you get 3 of them.
Yeah.
Might as well use them.
Yeah, maybe you got something.
Give somebody a chance to catch a blow.
Yeah, something going on. Who knows here?
Who's the punter on the team?
I believe that I think it was it number 25?
Yeah.
At least listed on here.
Steinberg.
Right? Yeah. And and I think Nick Maroon has the place kicking duties, I believe. And you're right, this is number 25, Eron Steinberg.
So Bryce Payne will drop back to about his 35 awaiting this punt. Nice punt. High, gets air under it.
Up, and that's going to be a penalty.
Yep.
Yeah, like you said, just exactly what you wanted. Punt, got it nice and high, no return going to be, and you just have to.
Yeah, interference with a fair catch.
And that's
one thing to bump into him gently, but to throw him to the ground, no, that's not going to.
The thing that hurts about that's a 15-yarder too, so it's drastically changes the field position here. Actually going to be in East Brunswick. you try to yell that. Obviously, you want to have your head up and kind of look for the returner, but have some guys yelling, communicating to you too that a fair catch is being called.
The jet sweep around the outside. Finally, Bears got a hold of that one, and that's going to be a loss of at least 5. They're going to put it right around midfield.
Let's give number 77 credit there, John Mortillaro. He did not make the play there, but he got penetration, caused that play to get kicked back into the backfield a little bit more, and then number 32 for the Bears and another tackle, and then number 2 also for the Bears, Tajujin on the helping him out as well.
So a loss of 5, 2nd and 15, as we're under 4 minutes to go in this first half. A scoreless game. And there's our guy.
There he is.
Having a good game. It's, like I said,
yeah,
I think it's probably 30. If we're going to guess it, it would be 33 would be that, but we're not sure. So if it is, then it is George Krustowitz. Just to say that there, make sure.
Yeah, because that had some yards on it. They had a little cushion there, so if he was not there, that would have, I think, been completed and been a nice gain for the Warriors.
3 wide receivers to the bottom of the screen here. And, well, it puts them close enough where you think that they're going to go for it now. A gain of about 10 on that one.
Raul Onoski on the tackle there. Looked like number 14 as well was on the play there. Felix Munoz for the Bears. So, yeah, it's 4th and 4. Have to get to the 35. We're down to 3 minutes here left on the clock here. And looks like Katie's using his feet a little bit more, so the Bears have to have a couple guys that are watching out for that as well. If the play breaks down, he's shown he's capable of using his feet to pick up some yards.
There we go.
Yep.
And not only that, but the running back also
Yeah.
gave a little hitch there.
There's about 2 or 3 guys that moved on that play.
So now that changes you're now with a 4th and 8 or 4th and 9. So wholesale changes here as it looks like the Warriors are going to punt. And dropping back again will be Bennett and Conradi. So again, a punt, a return, 25, 30-yard line, you'd be happy. Dribbles, that's I don't think you want to catch that one up around your shoulder pads, calling a fair catch. Don't you want to, 20-yard line. Okay, well.
All right, so Bears have 2 timeouts left here. Little over 2 minutes, plenty of time here. Let's see if they kind of get into the more of a 2-minute offense here, kind of pick up the pace.
We'll see how the defense responds here. If the defense is playing back and trying to keep the Bears in front of them, then you nickel and dime them down the field. If they're going to play tight, which they haven't done, they've been given room and playing soft zones.
Bears also are going to get the football to start.
Well, you want that Belichick double.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Inside handoff. Finally, that worked. A little bit of misdirection there. You threw the running back going, or someone else in the motion, and that kind of distracted, and Williams had a chance to get a nice gain of about 9 on that. Now this is where the Bears, because they're calling the plays from the sidelines quickly, not having the quarterback run in and out.
Yeah.
They can run these plays with much greater speed. Well, that was a nice play there by Bennett to sit down inside a zone, inside a seam, and picks up about 15 on the play.
Yeah, and listen, this changes things in terms of all right, they're taking another timeout here.
Restock the plays.
Yeah, and we have on our screen here, we have a good look at the coach for the Bears there, and that's Coach Andy Steinfeld. Giving some instructions here. And I know one thing going into the year, I know he knew, offense might be a little bit of a work in progress in terms of stuff, right? A lot of new faces on the offense, obviously. Tropiano getting his first chance to start here for the Bears, so getting used to that a little bit. It seems like there's, the Bears have a lot of guys that you can go to. Maybe not that one guy that has that explosive play potential, but a lot of guys that can, catch the ball. And I'm impressed with the run after catch from some of these guys. So there's not one guy to hone in on for the Bears.
Empty backfield, 5 wide receivers in the pattern. Tropiano has to get rid of it. Now there's your pass to Derek Christie again, sitting in a seam. Maybe that's what the adjustment was, is that look for the soft zone spots and just sit down on it.
Yeah, and give Vito credit there, because he had a guy rushing right in his face, took a good hit, stood in there, threw a great ball. Nice job by him, too.
Again, same empty backfield. Tropiano looking again. That one was tipped, but it's going to be caught there for a minimal gain by Conrarty. Bears will come up to the line, gain of about 3, okay. Clock is running, 1:35 left to go. Bears are on Franklin's 37 or 38-yard line. Now he's looking downfield. Again, Christie just sitting down inside that zone. Will get enough for the first down. Clock will stop as they reset the chains. Bears hustling up to the line.
Yeah.
And that's, you had somebody calling time. What?
Looks like an official's timeout.
Clock wasn't ready, or the.
What? I wound it on Tommy.
Looks like they're going to take some of the time off because. Oh! Over the shoulder catch by Conrarty. 25 yards.
Yeah, great ball by Tropiano. Good route by Conrarty.
Well, the DB never turned around.
Yeah.
And went right over his shoulder. Dangerous. Dangerous, but when it works, it's beautiful. All right, Nick Maroon on to attempt the extra point. And that was a low snap. Wasn't fielded very well there by, looks like Bennett was the holder. And
yeah, that was kind of a dribbler, snap, and by the time he even got control of it, which he had a little bit of trouble getting it up there, the Warriors were already in there. That was.
Well, that's something to work on now. You have a field goal attempt that was blocked, and a punt return where your down man, your gunner tackles a guy after a fair catch, and now you have a missed extra point. So special teams coach.
Yeah, listen.
Who's on the list? Who's the special teams coach?
Yeah, listen. It's also this game going into it. You had the feeling, we did at least, it was going to be competitive. So it could, could come down to a point here, a point. Any game can, but you were certainly thinking this game was going to. So you always hope it doesn't come back to bite you.
All right. I'm not kicking it anywhere near number 1. It's going to bounce. It's going to roll.
Yeah.
Over that next the third line of the receiving team, but I'm not letting him touch it in the air.
They did the first time. We'll see if they change their strategy here. They're kicking it deep.
Oh,
Kick it
yeah.
away from him.
Away from him, certainly, yep. And, all right, the 13, 14-yard line.
Yeah,
Out kick your coverage, though, sometimes on that.
number 8, Devin Monahan on the tackle there. Nice job. Because, you see those sometimes, those kind of awkward kickoffs or punts that bounce around a little bit. You almost, outrun
your coverage,
spots.
yeah.
You know what I mean, in terms of stuff, and you see a big return. So good job by the Bears here. Now, if you're Franklin, you'd like to be aggressive, but you're not in great field position here. Maybe you're safe here, and you run a couple, little
quarterback.
Yeah.
New quarterback. Number 7, Arian Johnson, is in right now.
Got to tuck that ball, though.
Yep.
And that ball's going to fly out.
Johnson is listed as a quarterback, but timeout, Franklin.
A little surprised with the timeout there. I know you want to be aggressive. I know the Bears are getting it to start the second half, but you gained about a yard on the play. It's 2nd and 9. You're on your own.
Yeah, if you got a first down, maybe you can play that game. But
yeah, listen, and I'm all for being aggressive, right? I actually liked. They started the game on their own 29. They 4th and 1 early in the game on their own 29. They went for it, which I liked. They were being aggressive. So I like being aggressive. You got to. Bears here would do well, if Franklin does throw the ball and it's incomplete, that stops the clock, obviously. I think the Bears have 1 timeout left. They, I believe, took 2 of their timeouts. Franklin now has 2 timeouts left. You get a little greedy here if you're the Bears and you get a stop here. You get the ball in decent field position. There's only 45 seconds left.
well, that is a first down. I mean, certainly. Oh, and I think the coach on the far sideline bumped the official. Now that would probably be a dead ball foul, so it would be a first down, but they're going to back. I guess that's just a warning there for sideline. But the clock is running here, and again, they're taking their good old sweet time to get the play in.
I don't get this. You call timeout on your own 15 or 16. Now you have a first down.
Well, Janad Katie is in there, but he's just as a wide receiver. Sidearm.
Yeah, I mean, you throw a 7-yard in there with 4 seconds left. I didn't quite understand that there.
Water break.
Yeah.
They don't have hydration breaks like they do in soccer games like this.
Well, that's a thing. Obviously I remember the late Phil Hostler was a great athletic trainer here, and he would, preach the water, and it wasn't game day. It was, the week of, to make sure that you hydrate, because, you get cramps now and you get in bed. You can drink as much water as you want. It's not necessarily gonna help you now, although you do want to hydrate, but you want to do that in advance. So it'll be interesting to see the second half, especially with some of these. A lot of guys in high school football are playing 2 ways. You'd like to see what effect that has. Although, like you said, the sun's not out here, but it's still quite humid.
All right, so 4 seconds left. This will be the last play of the half. And an incomplete pass intended for Unisa Kamara. And that's the end of our first half with the score Bears 6, Franklin nothing, with the Bears getting the ball in the second half to start. So we'll be right back for second half action after this. And we're back with second half action coming up soon. Bears lead the Warriors of Franklin 6-0. I'm Ken Saroka along with Richie Whalen. Richie, this is a first half of missed opportunities for both teams.
Yeah, I mean, both teams have had drives where they've sustained up until, kind of the red zone area. Bears, first time they got there, had an interception. Another time, got stopped short, but then they were able to, their last offensive drive, get in the end zone on a nice pass from Tropiano to Conradi to get up 6-0. Unfortunately, not a great snap, so they weren't able to get the extra point. But, getting that score also right before half, another advantage. They do get the ball to start the second half, so they could really, put some pressure on Franklin with at least a good drive. A score obviously would be great. And listen, East Brunswick, give them a lot of credit defensively. They held Franklin to no points. Franklin did have a couple big plays, but the Bears did a nice job of stopping them. And one other thing, we got confirmation, you were right, Ken, number 32 for the Bears was that number closest to 32 that we had in our roster here, yeah. George Krostowitz. So he had an unbelievable half for the Bears, a lot of big tackles, that big pass deflection. So we'll make sure to give him credit for that.
Yeah, and again, the movement of the ball from the 20 to the 30 seems to be working. It's just only in that last drive did we see the Bears, with a hurry up, with time running out in the first half, find Christie in the seams, sitting down in the zone, nice soft area in the zone, and I guess even the tempo there caught Franklin off guard.
Yeah, and that's part of the game too. You control the game and the pace of the game in terms of that tempo, that 2-minute drill that people call. There was just over 2 minutes when the Bears got the ball. Franklin looked a little tired. Personnel changes are a little bit more difficult in that situation, and it's something to take a look at. I think if you're the Bears, you see if you continue with that in this second half. You had some success with that. And then, maybe Franklin was a little bit passive there defensively on that last drive where they were kind of sitting back a little bit, not as aggressive as they were earlier. So
and a beautiful pass from Tropiano, 25-yard pass to Conradi. It was dangerous in the sense that if that DB turns around, he at least knocks it down, but it was just over his shoulder, and credit Conradi for having the concentration to follow it in and score the major here for the Bears. Okay, this is our first home game and first game of this 2023 season in the Big Central Conference.
Yeah, it's
60 teams, 60 teams, 12 divisions.
Yeah, and just looking kind of at the schedule for the Bears, very, very similar, almost, in terms of the teams they play, the same as last year. Hillsborough next week coming up is very good. They have a lot of guys coming back. They, I think beat the Bears like 42-6 last year. So that's going to be a tough one. Obviously, we talked about Monroe third week, I think, is one you look at as a coach and say, but there, some nice teams. Phillipsburg is a good team. So there's a lot of good teams.
So we have the kickoff here, and it looks like it's heading out of bounds.
Yep.
And that benefits Bears. One of the things that was a problem for Franklin more so was the penalties.
Yeah. And that automatically, I believe, gives the Bears the ball on the 35-yard line, I want to say. Maybe the 40. I always forget college, NFL, high school. I thought it was the 35. Let's see.
And the Bears have that one penalty where the gunner down the side on a punt tackled a man who already called for a fair catch.
Right.
All right, so Tropiano comes out. Effective in the short passing game. Again, found those seams. We're going to watch Derek Christie, number 10, is at the top of the screen. He was the one that Tropiano relied on most during that 2-minute drive. Bears now operating 1st and 10 on their own 35. Got a flanker sweep here, trying to find the outside. And that's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
That's a loss of 4.
That was Hernandez, I think. Ethan Hernandez, number 13. He just kind of was going sideways, was kind of looking for an opportunity to cut it up, but
well, what you now have to do is fake that and throw downfield.
yeah, you have those counters off of that. Want to give we'll try to get numbers and names for you. The offensive line overall did a nice job for the Bears too. They kind of are unsung, but gave Tropiano time.
Oh, and Tropiano throws it right across the middle, and it's picked off. And running it back to the house for Franklin is Joseph Nwachukwu.
Yeah, I was looking to. I was making sure. I was looking to see if there was a flag on the play. There wasn't. That was, I guess one of those two. Maybe he just didn't see him there because that was kind of directly at number 11. So that's how things can change, right? We're just 40 seconds into this second half, and with the successful extra point here, Franklin has the lead. And this is number 4, I believe, for Franklin.
Unisa Kamara from the hold of Bryce Payne.
Pretty good snap. Not high, but looks like it's good.
Yes, it is. And just as quickly, 40 seconds into the second half, the Bears find themselves trailing.
Yeah, and he looks like a nice defensive player for Franklin. He's had a couple, I've commented, a couple really nice plays in the backfield as well, where he's come in and had some good hits on the Bears running back, plays with a lot of energy.
We were worried about in the first half those throws to the outside and whether or not somebody would sit on that. But going over the middle like that,
yeah, that's the second
straight in the middle. I mean, that's
the second interception there, kind of in that middle of the field. Had one earlier on their first drive when the Bears were getting close to the red zone there. We'll see what Franklin does here. We'll see if they do that little kind of poochy type kick, but obviously we want it maybe toward the sideline, but not out of bounds. And that was better. Fair catch, actually.
Now, what's the rule now? A fair catch, you get it at the 20 or whatever? No.
Yeah, I think
25.
High school. I think it's just where you call for it. So that's going to be at the 19. That one, he had room. You might call that if it's closer to where the ball is kicked and guys are coming down, or it's one of those big linemen or someone that's not used to running with the ball. But a little bit of a mistake there to call for the fair catch there. Probably lost at least 10, 12 yards that they could have picked up. Now the Bears have to show a little poise, got to bounce back here. And that's a good way to start right there.
It's good block, well-timed block on the outside there. You have to watch that block. If it happens before the pass, it's going to be offensive pass interference.
Yeah.
Bears pick up 9 on pick up almost the first down.
Yeah, love the play call coming off an interception. Nice safe throw to one of your guys who's had a nice game. And like you said, Ryan Bennett with a great block to get him going there. All right, they gave him the first down. So it's going to be 1st and 10. I guess they said it was.
Inside handoff. That's Jacob Howard. Howard gets minimal gain, and that hasn't been there all night. The inside. unless you kind of come back against the grain. Three wide receivers to the top. Christie is way up to the top of the screen. Got single coverage. And Tropiana telegraphed that one.
Yeah, and that's a far throw from that, especially if you're not getting rid of it right away. That's a far throw to that sideline, a little bit of air under the ball. A lot of these DBs are looking in, like you said, the telegraph part, are looking in to the backfield.
Like he double clutched. He had it, and by that time, kind of knew that was going that way. And if you understand that the quarterback's got a knee brace on, he's not going to be, probably not going to be.
Looks like Franklin was offsides.
Yes, offside.
That hurts.
Well, it makes a 3rd and 8 into a 3rd and 3.
Offside against the Warriors.
So.
And those are killers. I mean, listen, obviously it doesn't mean East Brunswick gets a first down here, but makes it a whole lot easier here.
All right, so Bears have to get to the 39-yard line. Ball is sitting right around the 36. So 3rd down and 3. Now that's a quick hitter right up the middle, and that worked as Conradi takes it across midfield, drops it or is that Bennett?
That was Bennett.
That was Bennett, 22. Takes it to the 49. Frank, they're going to say 50, okay.
And here's the up-tempo, and I like the way Bennett runs. He gets in that hole quick, north and south.
Blitz coming. Pass is caught, but because it was thrown behind the receiver, that looks like 13.
Yeah, that was Ethan Hernandez.
Hernandez slipped as he caught it, so.
And I remember I liked Ryan Bennett last year, number 22. I like the way he runs, runs the ball north and south. He's tough. He gets yards after contact. So I'd like to see him get a few more carries this second half when the Bears do decide to run the ball.
Howard fighting. Gets maybe 2 to the 44. Bears have to get to the 40, so this will bring up a 3rd down and 4.
Looks like number 75 maybe for the Bears. I don't know if I have that number right.
Yes.
Okay, that's going to be Abraham Algarin. He's a senior, 6'1", 230. And we got Jennifer Klein there, checking him out.
Yeah, and this is our first home game. We have 3 home games in a row to start, each on Friday night. So if you can manage to come out here, again, the weather has held up after kind of an ugly way to start the day this morning with thunderstorms rolling through at about 6 o'clock. Weather has given us a little bit of a break.
Yeah, and you're looking at player here, and those offensive linemen, you see a lot at the college and NFL level, and what do you notice that they have on, a lot of them? Knee braces, right? So unfortunately in that area, right, offensive, defensive line, you got people by your feet, you got people rolling up on you, so that's what you worry about. I look like that's what Ms. Klein was looking at, his knee.
As Howard was trying to move the pile.
Yeah.
Everybody kind of followed him in there. 8:58 left here in our 3rd quarter. You're watching East Brunswick High School Athletics, the Bears against Franklin. And we like to right now give a shout out to the EBTV crew who have been coming out and supporting East Brunswick Athletics for probably close to 40 years.
All right, and big play here. I think, East Brunswick has to decide if they don't get it. They might go for it. Might want to pin Franklin back, but 3rd and about 4 here. A lot of time.
Protection.
Yep, I was going to say.
Overthrew it. Had Conradi on the outside. Overthrew him.
Yeah, had a lot of time there.
And looks like Coach Steinfeld's going to go for it here, as there's no massive change in personnel. So you have to dial up a 5-yard play here, a 4-yard play. That doesn't involve throwing over the middle. There's 11 sneaking up there, and he'll sneak up. He'll sneak up at the snap and then drop back into coverage. Empty backfield now. A little bit of hand checking going on there, but no flag on the play.
Yep.
So Bears will turn it over on downs.
Warriors will take over with the ball on the 45-yard line.
All right, so Franklin gets good field position.
And we'll see who comes out to start. At the end of the half, they brought in.
Yeah, he's in there, number
Arian
7.
Johnson.
Yep, he's back.
And he seems to be more of an aggressive runner. He was definitely more into going north and south than running laterally.
And you wonder if there was some reason for him not starting, if it was just a change that they wanted to make to give him something, or who knows. And the guy that was in there before was a freshman.
All right, so now you got
senior.
got a heavy package in with a number 50-something running as a fullback here. So you expect this is going to be a kind of straightforward running play. And brought down at about midfield, gain of 5.
Yeah, a little, like you said, little change up there in terms of what Franklin is looking to do. And another Bear coming off slow. That's number 72 for the Bears, Elias Viscarello. All right.
2nd and 5.
Yep.
Again, same heavy package in. Oh, they had him behind the line.
Ends up getting a first down.
They had him.
Yeah, that was number 32, George Krostowitz, right? Made a nice effort play there, and then was able to squeak out of there. A couple Bears looked like they overran him, and give credit to Franklin there. That was number 8. Williams, he kept his feet moving and got the first down.
Same package, fullback, I formation, fullback, halfback, 1 wide receiver, tight ends in tight. Ball's on the ground. Oh. But, yep, that went nowhere. The handoff to Xavier Henderson, excuse me.
Gain of maybe 1 by the Warriors.
That was Sean Nieves and Krostowitz again on the tackle.
On the 43-yard line.
Yeah, look like Franklin's changing up. You know, they have a lead now. Like you said, a little bit more methodical here, running the ball. A little more power football here.
Same setup. Well, looks like a straightforward running play. That ball is also on the ground, picked up by Henderson. We saw the previous quarterback, Janad Katie, have some issues handling the shotgun snaps.
And the Bears have to be careful. You know, I could see them doing that. Quarterback faking that handoff and a little bootleg to the other side. They don't want to over pursue. Had a big play earlier too. Franklin on a reverse. So,
well, they brought in their faster package here, and timeout Franklin because of the personnel changes there. They brought in Payne and Katie now as a wide out or as a running back. But so timeout Franklin.
Yep. All right, so big play here for both teams. We're down to 5:48 left in this third quarter. You know, Bears had a lot of momentum. They had the ball to start the third quarter. Franklin makes a big play with, you know, only 40 seconds into the third quarter, gets the lead on a pick six, and now Bears went for it on fourth down on their next drive. Had an incomplete pass, gave Franklin some good field position. So now Franklin has it in Bear territory, 3rd and 10. And they'll have to make a decision here. You know, if they do not get the first down, if they're going to try to go for it, depending on what they get on this play, or if they kick it.
2 wide receivers to the top, 2 to the bottom. Single setback offset from the shotgun.
He's open.
And he caught it and held on to it. That's Katie, who started the game as quarterback. And he brings it down to the 21.
Yeah, talented guy, only a freshman. Like you said, played some quarterback. He's obviously it's a guy they want to get the ball in his hands. Good pass, good protection there by the Warriors.
Bryce Payne leaves the field place there, and check the time clock here.
Oof.
That's and
Up.
we've got 1 flag.
Yeah, I think a block there that maybe didn't need to be made there.
And there's a Bear player down here. Conradi's down on the other side.
Yeah, that's Derek Christie down.
So you
Yeah,
have 2 of your offensive weapons playing defense.
and Conradi, I think, was the guy that got
Rolled up
clipped.
on her.
Yeah, the clip. Yeah, which I think he was kind of out of the play anyway when that was made. Great job by the quarterback to get out of that rush because it was a big play, but obviously not good here for the Bears. 2 guys down.
Looks like they're stretching out.
Yeah, it might
Conradi's
be
leg.
cramps. Might be, you know, especially Conradi, the way they're working on him. Kind of looks like a cramp. And this, you know, this is something that, you know, we were saying the second half, if that is the case.
Well, both teams are heading over to the sidelines here, so we'll take a break while they administer to the injured Bear players. All right, so both players are carted off the field, one by their teammates and the other by the cart. So did not look like Conradi was putting any weight on his one leg. Penalty against him, against Franklin, moves the ball back to the 22.
Yes. Yeah, so it's still going to be first down. And we're hoping Derek and Logan are all right. We'll see what this is all about here.
All right, so the officials are going to put some time back on the clock as play begins now. Franklin at the 22.
Horse collar, maybe.
Horse collar.
Yeah.
And they had him in the backfield again. there's a Franklin Warrior player, Tajir Williams, who's cramping up on the close sideline here near the hash marks.
Timeout.
Oh no, they're going to call holding. I thought it was maybe a horse collar. They're saying holding on Franklin. At least that's what the signal was.
Yeah, and they're marching it back. So
yeah, you know, this you know, if you see the trainer on the field here, it's kind of a telltale sign usually when, you know, they're rubbing the calf, they're lifting it up and pointing the toe down. That, you know, almost 100% is the sign of a cramp, and we get a good look at it here with the camera. Good job there. And I have a feeling, I kind of said it going into the second half, we're probably going to see a little bit more of that. This second half, right? Hot, humid. We're in August.
and Williams is up. I also saw on the far sideline, Arian Johnson was also taking a knee a little bit there.
Yeah, that can be, listen, you get a cramp. I mean, I've luckily only one time really bad that I can remember in college playing basketball that it happened in a game, and it just, you know, it's frustrating. You tighten up, you know, if you're lucky, they can work it out and you can get back in there. But sometimes when it's bad, it's tough. Franklin kind of shooting themselves in the foot here a little bit. Clip and now a hold, so they're first and 20.
Handoff up.
He cramped up, I think.
Yeah, he's not getting up. So, nope, he just. So we have another injury.
Yeah.
Kind of looking down on the sideline there. Do you see Conradi anywhere?
And there's same thing with the cramp here with
Christie
holding the calf, pushing the foot, and you could tell it just kind of his leg gave out there, and they're rubbing the, again, good camera work so that we can kind of see it here. Pointing that toe in, you know, doing the same thing, trying to rub the calf. Because he had some room there, and you kind of just saw he took that one step and just fell.
Well, I have not seen either Conradi or Christie on the Bears bench, although it does look like there's one player sitting in the back of the trainer's cart.
That's Derek Christie.
And all these delays, Tropiano's just trying to sit there and try to figure out, you know, how to keep kind of in focus, because I guess that's one of the things here with these long injury delays is that you can lose momentum, not just, you know, if you're on a good drive, but you can also lose focus.
Yeah.
Xavier Henderson, number 10, is the injured player who gets up.
And there you see good job by our staff there. There's Logan Conradi. They put in a lot of water in there. He's walking around, looks like he's pretty good. Looks like Derek Christie's still on the cart, but it looks like they're giving, yeah, I'm not sure with him. I don't want to speculate.
Yeah, Conradi's up and running up and down the sidelines. He's, you know, running down to the end zone. Maybe he's going to run, jump a little bit, stretch out.
Yeah, and listen, the thing with him and Derek is they both, you know, they're playing both ways. They're on the field a lot, as well as some of these Franklin players.
Okay, so the ball is on the 36, and Franklin needs to get to the 13. So it's now 2nd and 23.
Should it be third or no?
And that was a neutral zone infraction there as the Bears player kind of went forward, lurched forward into the neutral zone. Two Bears converging there. Bennett and...
Oh, no.
What?
Another cramp.
Another cramp.
I believe.
That's Katie.
Either that or another type of injury, but
no injury. We got another injury on the play. So another injury. That's Janad Katie.
yeah, they're pointing the toes in and rubbing toes.
Is there a chance that because of all these delays, you're not stretched out, you're going to pull something, you're going to cramp up even more by just standing around waiting for 5 minutes?
Yeah, and these players, yeah, you listen, you can get some water in you, you can rub it out, but a lot of times they say it's, you know, it's too late when you start cramping and doing this now. Might be the longest second half in the history of high school football.
Yeah.
Might turn into. We're going to run out of some stuff to say, Ken.
Yeah. Well, we have no scoreboard or anything because this is literally probably the first real sporting event for this upcoming school year, the 2023-2024 school year. Well, it will be third down. This time it'll be 3rd and 17 or 18. Katie's walking gingerly over to the Franklin sideline.
All right, so
yep. And there was 12 men inside the huddle there. I didn't catch that. Number 5 went off. Bears need a stop. They need to.
He's got him.
Oh, beautiful pass. 30-yard strike.
And that was Unisa Kamara.
Right running a post.
Yeah, just, you know, beat him from the get-go. And then the safety didn't have enough depth there, and great throw.
You thought maybe the safety could close the gap and
yeah,
tip
just
it.
not quite. Now this is a big extra point, right? You get up 8 on this, you force the Bears, if they do score, you know, to possibly have to go for 2 if they don't get some other type of score. Snuck it in there, looks like.
Yep. Well, we still have 4 minutes and 4 seconds left in this quarter and another quarter to play, so all is not lost here. Although, again, for both of these teams, trying to right the ship after disappointing seasons.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, we said that kind of in our intro. Franklin didn't win a game last year. They were 0-8. Bears won their, you know, that consolation game that they play to go 1-8. And, you know, both teams kind of knew going into this game that, you know, they both had an opportunity based on that. Some new faces on both teams. Lot of football left. You know, but Franklin definitely kind of took that momentum with that initial interception for a touchdown. Late sub here. All right, let's see if they do that short little kick. All right.
And that was number 5, Raul Anosaki. Just fell on it after dropping it. Smart play. I mean,
yeah, if you're not comfortable, you know, looks like a pretty athletic kid. He just maybe didn't feel comfortable with it, but you know, who knows, in that position, if he wants, he can grab that and run. I mean, listen, some guys you don't get your hands on the ball a lot. You get your hands on the ball and want to run with it. But let's see the Bears here if they can put together a drive.
Over the middle, 13. That's
a generous spot there,
Ethan
too.
Hernandez. Yeah.
I mean, I know they did drive him back, but I don't know if he ever got 9 yards on the play in here. We got to.
Yeah, we got 3 people. 1's down, 2 are stretching.
Yep. Hey, who knows? Listen, a guy could cramp up in the defensive backfield and you run right by him. So.
And that went through the hands of Felix Munoz. So 3rd and 1.
Just the rhythm was off, right? The Bears had that really nice drive to end the second quarter, and there was a rhythm to it. Now it's kind of not a good flow here.
Now they're going to call that against the Bears?
No, that's going to be on Franklin.
Oh, it'll be an automatic first down.
Yeah, it's a killer for Franklin, but it definitely helps the Bears, obviously.
Did see Derek Christie walking gingerly, but walking up and down on the sidelines. He's on the end there trying to stretch it out. Conrady's got his helmet on. He looks more ready to go. Another flag. Illegal shift or substitution or something. Offside against.
Yeesh. This is ugly. Well, I know Derek Christie plays basketball for us. He's a tough kid. If he's going to want to come back out there if he's cleared.
1st and 5 after the penalty. That's a good 8-yard gain for Jacob Howard. And the Bears are now inside Franklin territory with 2:50 to go here in the 3rd quarter. You're right, pace
Yeah.
Now, pace. Pick it up. There are people maybe sucking a little wind here, stretching a little too much. That's Ethan Hernandez, gains 9. Again, that's sitting in that seam rather than going across the middle.
Yep, just finding that opening.
I still think you need to do that more so than trying to home run pass. Howard, this time, loses a yard. Or actually, they're going to give him basically the line of scrimmage. Third and 2 here. Well, it's just 4-down territory you would expect. Right up the middle, and this time Bears do find a hole, and Howard goes right through and gets inside the 35.
Yeah, I think that was his best carry of the game. He hit the hole hard, didn't hesitate. Some contact was made. He was able to carry a couple guys, and
here we go again.
Yeah, we got another cramp. Or that's what it seems like, at least.
Well, if you can imagine those kids in Texas playing Friday Night Lights, where the heat index is ridiculous. I mean, we're complaining a little bit about it being rather humid here in the press box, but down there it's 25,000 fans and 105 shade.
And it's always hotter down on the field a lot of times. And obviously that doesn't help either team, right? With the guys that are going down, it's tough to get into a rhythm. Maybe part of the reason you're seeing you know, the penalty is a little bit more and that type of stuff, but it, you know, just an excuse.
Well, we're going to take a break. We'll be back when we're back in action. All right, and we're back. As again, they're escorting the Franklin player off the field. Several of his teammates are carrying him off. Bears are right up to the line, ready to go here. And some of those players have to come back now because they're in this on the defensive side. 1st and 10, Bears at the 35. Mixing up both pass and run nicely on this drive. Nope. Hernandez could not hold on to it. Contact right after the pass reached him. Second and 10. And Jacob Howard's going nowhere quick. Loss of 3. Third and 13. Bears have to get to the 25. You assume again, we're going to have 4 down territory here. Complete to Felix Munoz. And Felix just couldn't keep his feet under him. And the Bear, or he would have gone in. Bears will take a 25-yard, 30-yard gain on that one as the ball is set now on the 5, 1st and goal.
Yeah, easy to say up here, but just, you know, keep the guys in front of you. Don't let them get behind you.
Empty backfield.
Oof.
That ball, after it went through Hernandez's hands, hung up there an awful long time.
2nd and goal from the 5.
I haven't seen Bennett on offense. Oh, he's there. Okay, he's out there, but haven't seen him in the backfield. All right, so now you have some wholesale changes here. Looks like you've got a more run-centric package. Farouk Tajuddin is in. Oh, timeout this time. Bears will take the timeout.
All right, so they're, you know, going to discuss, take a little time here. They want to get the right personnel in here. They want to make sure everyone's on the same page. They want to probably have a couple plays, you know, that they like to do at this part of the field. So just, you know, if you're going to use a timeout, listen, these timeouts are like gold in the second half, but this isn't a bad time. This is obviously a big part of the game. You're knocking on the door here. You want to make sure you got the guys in that you want in. You got the package in. You got the play.
Jacob Howard came back into the huddle. He was originally was clearing out as they were changing up.
And I'm sure the coaching staff is thinking as well, if we do get in here on the touchdown, I would think the Bears would, you know, being that it's almost the 4th quarter, would probably go for 2. So that's probably in the back of your head too. Talking to coaches, I'm sure, upstairs and on the sideline. If we do get in, what play do we like for 2 points?
All right, so you have a full backfield here. Wishbone.
All right, got about 2 on the play, right? Get down to about the 2-yard line.
And the Bears might be content to let the time run out here.
Yeah, I would think so. I would think why rush around here? Just go down to the other end. You got 7 seconds left here. You're not going to try to rush anything. And that was Bennett. Good run by Bennett. Just Franklin defense did a good job.
And that's the end of the third quarter with our score: Franklin Warriors 14, Bears 6.
Yeah, so good quarter for Franklin. Obviously down 6-0. Bears getting the ball, and interception for a touchdown, and then the nice pass play. But Bears are knocking on the door here. That third quarter was sloppy penalty-wise. Probably 8 to 9 guys that went down, I'd say.
Yeah,
right? That
quarter took took more than a half hour to play.
And we see the cheerleaders too. We got a nice little view of them. They're doing a great job as usual. They're here no matter weather, rain or shine, cheering on the Bears. But obviously big play call here, 3rd and 2. Bears decided on second down from about the 5-yard line to give the ball to Bennett. More of a power run there. We'll see what the Bears decide here. Get a good look at the coaching staff. The Bears are led by, as I said earlier, Andy Steinfeld. Assistant coaches Matt Pazinko, Alan Grossholz, Dan Pike, Zach Gega, Crispin Pratt, Chris Corsal, Delvin Espinal, Dave Hagan, Nick Candelario, and then Anthony Cavallo. So nice staff there for the Bears. All right, here we go.
3rd down and goal. Bennett trying to follow in behind the big guys.
He's in. Should be. And they give him the signal. They got touchdown.
Yes. Touchdown. Just following the blocks and pushing the pile.
All right, I'm sure the Bears won over what they want here for 2. I'm up. This
another
excessive celebration here. What are we? Late flag here. That would be a killer. And they're asking Franklin, so it's definitely on the Bears what they want to do here.
Well, did somebody take their helmet off? I don't remember. I didn't notice anything.
I definitely push.
If I were Franklin, I'd take if they can move it on the kickoff. I don't know if they can move it on the kickoff, but
I'd move them back here, right? If they're going to be going for 2. Yeah, that is unsportsmanlike, right? You don't want them to be able to tie it up. I mean, the chances of them tying up when you move it 15, that's.
Pushing that ball back to the 17-yard line.
Well, you had one set of one package in place. Now you have to have another one because you have to put it in the end zone.
Yeah.
Looks like they're going to go.
Yeah, a little confusion here.
Yep.
I'm not.
Bennett in the backfield, 2 wide receivers top, 2 wide receivers to the bottom.
A flag. I think East Brunswick was not lined up correctly down on the bottom here. I think they're just. We'll see if the flag is something else, but I think it's not going to.
Not enough people on the line.
Yeah, I think so. I think number 26, who came in late, wasn't quite sure. I think he maybe was not lined up correctly.
Well, if it's against the Bears,
yeah,
it's decline it.
Right, it's declined because the pass was no good. That's disappointing there. I mean, good for the Bears, they scored, but kind of disappointing. You got an unsportsmanlike penalty, which really, for all intents and purposes.
That and the fair catch penalty and it's stuff that, obviously it's the first game of the season. There's a lot of new moving parts, but you're gonna look at the tape. You're gonna look at talk about it at practice, and you're gonna be like, damn.
Yeah. The good news for the Bears is they have pulled themselves within 2, so they're right in this game. This is kind of what I was thinking going into the game. It'd be a competitive game. It'd be a close game, and we do have that. 11:51 left. Franklin 14, Bears 12.
They've been trying to kick it away from Payne. Now Payne has moved right to the middle of the field this time. So let's see what they do here with that.
I kick it to him. maybe a little short.
Touch it on a hop.
He's got a little room. Got a lot of room, actually.
But he probably, oh.
Yeah, ball, he was down.
Yeah, but he cramped up too. He's down.
Yeah.
He took a step, and now he's down. Well, that could have broke. That could have broken all the way.
This is almost like not believable. Yeah, you understand it's, you know, humid day and there's going to be some cramping, but both teams just inordinate amount of cramping going on here.
All right, we'll be back once we're back in ready for action. Here at 11:43 left in this fourth quarter.
All right, and we're back. Another cramping issue there. So,
well, Arian Johnson, number 7, has been the spark since he was inserted in the lineup late in the second quarter.
Yeah, he's done it with his arm, with a nice touchdown pass, and really with his legs. If things break down, he's a big threat as well.
Elusive. Yeah, and here we go with the penalty. I think somebody on the offensive line jumped.
It was number 2 there.
Oh.
He wanted to start in motion and then stopped. And then, you know, they catch you when you freeze like that. You can just, you know, if you start in motion, you might as well just keep going. Just go and, you know.
Go sideways, yeah.
And he's a freshman. He'll learn. He impressed me, number 2. He's played quarterback earlier. He had a nice catch. And listen, that's tough playing as a freshman, especially football is a tough sport.
Now, the Bears need to stop this drive now, get a 3 and out, and get good field position and go back on the offensive again. Well, that was good defense. What now?
Oh, that can't be a penalty on Franklin, are they saying? On the Bears?
Pass interference?
Oof.
Oh, holding, okay.
A personal foul, I think. I think he went like this, I'm pretty sure. Maybe a hold, I couldn't tell. I guess it was a hold. I didn't, maybe in the route or something. I didn't see it.
Nope.
And the coaching staff for EB is not very happy. All right, so first down for Franklin. They got balls just past midfield. Got a lot of football left here. Only the start of this fourth quarter here. Lot of stoppages.
3 wide receivers to the bottom of the screen, 1 to the top. 1st and 10 at.
Ooh.
That was in traffic.
Yeah, 14, Felix Munoz almost with the interception. That was one of those you're looking the backside to your receiver there, but, you know, there's a lot of traffic there. So probably fortunate that ball didn't get picked off. Nice job there by Munoz. Almost had the pick.
2nd down.
Haven't done a run in a while, Franklin. Been a lot of throwing the ball.
Oh, there he goes.
That's almost their best play, just kind of
improvise.
Exactly, roll him out. doesn't like anything, put your head down and get a first down. That's
Well, if you're right-handed throwing quarterback and you're running in that direction, you as a defender have to go after him because he's not going to stop, turn around, and fire.
yeah.
And there's nobody on the sideline, so you have to make your angles better to get to him.
Yeah, I haven't seen any sort of designed runs by the quarterback. It's more been he's dropping back looking to throw, but, you know, that's a nice option. Obviously, the Bears with Vito's a drop back pocket passer, you know, doesn't do that. This guy does a good job of that. He's throwing deep there.
Incomplete, no flag, right at the goal line.
Yeah,
Hernandez down there.
Yep, gave him a chance.
That'll bring up a 2nd and 10 for the Warriors.
Probably had a little room maybe to run as well there if he wanted to.
Trips to the lower part of the screen.
And I like the play call here.
Well, you're following it all the way on the other side.
Yeah.
My eyes went to the guy who came around his side.
Oh, there's something late. I don't know if there was talking or what was going on. A late flag on someone. It's going to be a first down regardless.
And they're pointing Franklin's way. And they're talking it over, so maybe they'll pick it up. I don't know. But
yeah.
The chain gang is waiting to move the first down markers to see where it's going to go.
Oh. Okay, unsportsmanlike on Franklin, and then holding on the Bears. So that's offsetting.
But they're going to give him the result of the play as opposed to offsetting the thing.
Yeah, I wonder if that has to do with the second one being like a dead ball one. Because a lot of times they just redo the play.
So they get to redo the play or not?
Yeah, that's what I thought. But maybe because that was a dead ball, they're giving them just the first down. As I'm not quite sure with that. Because typically, if it offsets, you have to go back to the.
But if holding against the Bears, you would take the result of the play and then back it up from there on the unsportsmanlike dead ball foul.
Right. Right. It can't just be where it is.
Be nice if we could listen in, but we don't have the referees mic'd up today. So now he's going to go back and probably talk to the Franklin people about it, or I don't know.
Yeah, Franklin's probably happy they got the result of the play. It's first down. All right, so after all that, just inside the red zone here. You can just kind of see a little bit, right? The Bears this half just not quite as sharp, right? They're getting in the backfield a little bit. They're in decent position and they're missing some tackles. Just not quite as sharp. And you would think.
Well, if anything, they need the big play here. They need the pass breakup. They need the interception, the fumble, the loss, major loss, tackle for a loss. I mean, it's
yeah, and I think the big thing for them obviously is it's been, the Arian Johnson show here. So he's, more with his legs. This drive has really carried this Franklin team. So we really got to keep an eye on him. And maybe that's what.
Time violation.
Yeah. which is amazing, right?
Well, unfortunately, we're not keeping stats, or fortunately, we're not keeping stats on this, but I'm sure the penalty yardage on both sides would be combined over 200 at this point. We had that issue with Franklin in the first half about kind of lollygagging and getting that play in.
And I get you're giving your quarterback the play, but that's a lot of running too for number 7 on a hot, humid day, going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. All right, here we go.
2nd and 13.
Oh, he's got him. He's got him wide open. Oh!
He dropped it.
Oh.
He had Al-Haji Kalan, and even though it was a kind of a wounded duck pass,
it was still right there, yeah.
He could have just stopped and just kind of, can of corned it as an outfielder.
Yeah.
Well, that's the break that maybe the Bears need. Is that was an obvious touchdown, and the drop maybe spares you.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the Bears defense got away with one there, because that certainly looked like that was going to be 6.
And you got to figure Franklin, I don't know what their field goal kicker situation is, but you're looking at a 40-yard field goal right now.
Right. Yeah, well.
Wrap up.
Oh, man. Well, he's not going to have the first down, but he ended up getting about another 3 or 4 yards after the catch. So now it's going to be about a 4th and 4.
Yep. And the ball will be spotted at the 13.
So that would be about a 30-yard field goal if they were going to kick it. You would think they go for it here. 4th and 5, I guess they'll call it. I guess they have to get that ball a little bit inside the 9, right? They're on the 13-yard line. So about the 8.5-yard line.
They're going to watch this again. They got late personnel changes there.
I'd still like to keep the ball in number 7's hands here. Let him run with it.
Oh, and they had him.
And that's what they're going to do in a face mask there, look like.
No, they grabbed by his locks.
Okay.
Which I think is legal.
Yeah, it's part of the uniform. But I like the play call there. I like it a lot. Unfortunately for the Bears, he had, I believe that was number 73, Noah DeJesus, who was coming off the edge there, but just in terms of
what do you do?
Speed
you widen your edge a little bit?
Yeah.
You don't come in on such a sharp angle. You kind of bring it up rather than in?
Yeah, it's a tough thing in the open field when number 7 gets there, especially if you're one of those defensive linemen. So, well, big, maybe one of the biggest plays right there. So let's see what the Bears can do. They really.
And timeout Franklin. That's their second, I believe, of the half.
Yep.
And again, they didn't want to have another penalty.
Now the issue here becomes, obviously, time is starting to become a fact. Still plenty of time left, right? You figure here, if Franklin does get in the end zone, right?
Yep.
They go for the extra point, and if they do that, it puts them up 9, right? So that's a 2-score game. Obviously, we're saying Franklin gets in and they make the extra point. They got to do that, but that puts you in a tough spot. You're down 2 scores with about 8 minutes left. So. This is where you really, as the Bears, have to keep them out of the end zone to keep it within that 1-score game. In there, we take a look at Franklin. They're itching for a win, obviously, after not winning one last year. Making sure that you see all the coaches and managers. They all have water bottles, or making sure they got plenty of water in there. So 1st and goal. Like I said, 8:25 left in this 4th quarter. Franklin's up 14-12.
flooding this. Oh, right up the middle.
Yep.
Not any contest there.
And that's a Warriors touchdown.
5-yard touchdown run for Arian Johnson.
And here's the big one. Obviously, that's big. Obviously, putting up at 8. Here's a really big extra point here. You go up 9. You go up 2 scores, and then makes East Brunswick's job even more difficult. So,
well, East Brunswick, the least for them, the hurry up works. I mean, they have the tempo that they could do that. Get the first score, and then onside kick or good defensive stop, and you can drive down again. But
all right, good snap, good hold, and good kick.
Yeah,
nice job.
And the Bears, who could not execute on a extra point, could not execute, got a penalty on a 2-point convert, find themselves down 9 because of that.
Yeah, well, think about it. Their first score that they had the bad snap, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then, like you said, they had the unsportsmanlike, which drove them back, and not only did they not convert on that, they also had the penalty for not lining up correctly. Yeah, so it makes the Bears' job a lot more difficult here. Still a lot of time left, still 8:20 left in the game. So obviously the Bears have the time to do it, but, you know, no room for error here now. And give Franklin's come out, you know, a little sloppy, but have got the job done in this second half. A lot has to do with Arian Johnson, number 7, a nice second half for them.
Nice high kickoff, picking it up at the 15. Conradi, or is that Bennett? That's Bennett.
That was Bennett. Yeah.
Yep, Bennett, 21. Conradi's coming on right now.
And I think that might be his first time back since he went out. If he is coming in, I'm not sure if he is coming in or not. Looks like he is. See Derek Christie. Yeah, it's a tough thing for Derek, knowing him, senior year, not being able to go back out there, which seems like cramping for him. I know that's disappointing. I mean, the good news is it's the first game of the year. You got more, but I know he wants to be out there. But let's see what the Bears can do here. Got to be one play at a time.
Nate Charleston, 27, is going to line up all the way on the far side. Howard next to him on the top of the screen, and 3 wideouts at the bottom. So Bears with an empty backfield.
Hey, and listen, if you're Franklin, you're going to give up, you know, that's maybe a little more than you want, but you're going to give up those 4, 5, 6, 7 yard key. You want to keep the ball in front. You want to keep the clock moving.
And you want to keep their defense moving, because who knows, another cramp.
Exactly.
Hernandez turned around the wrong way and could not come up with the ball. I think Tropiano wanted it over the outside shoulder. What, do we have a flag down?
I do not see one. But
personal foul, roughing the passer. Yes.
I did see Vito go down awkwardly. I did not see kind of the play.
Well, that's 15 yards and a first down for the Bears, so the ball will be marched out
near midfield, right?
Cross midfield, should be around the 48. So
yep.
On an incomplete pass, Bears pick up the first down anyway.
Stops the clock as well.
And that was not on the same page there as Charleston, who got the first pass on the similar route. No, not on this, not quick enough there.
Yeah, so if you're the Bears, right, listen, you take completions if you can. You want to try to get down the field. if you're Franklin, you would want to keep those guys in front. A little late.
Bennett in, Charleston out. Conradi and Howard at the top of the screen. Bennett, Munoz, and Hernandez at the bottom. And that's the lack of mobile quarterback. He got out of the pocket, but just couldn't find anybody downfield quick enough.
Yeah,
and that's going to bring up a 3rd and 10.
Yeah, and initially I think did a pretty good job of moving around in that pocket, buying some time, and just, you know, whether it was I saw a couple guys downfield definitely were covered.
Well, you definitely need to keep somebody in for coverage here. So if that's Howard or Bennett, you got to keep somebody in to protect. So that limits you there. Bennett's going to go stack up on the top of the screen.
Up and good coverage there.
Good coverage, and 4th down it's going to be, and the Bears have to stay out for this.
Yeah, you don't have much of a choice. I mean, it's 4th and 11. You're across midfield.
You don't have a mobile quarterback like the Warriors have. Oh, okay. So we're gonna do. We have. All right. So Munoz, Conradi, Bennett to the top, all bunched. Howard. Everybody's now shifting around. Okay. Why did we shift there in the first place?
Up and the little head scratcher there, right?
Well,
on 4th and what you're throwing it underneath.
Yep. And
I mean, you got to throw it past the sticks. Obviously, you can't. you can't
make your guy
make right. Yeah,
can't make your guy go 8 yards.
Yeah, it's not even where it's close to the sticks. He's got to catch and, you know. Yeah, not.
Well, with 6:34 left in this 4th quarter, Bears need an aggressive defensive play here.
Yeah, and obviously if you're Franklin, you're thinking obviously hold on to the ball, right, and take your time and take every second once the clock starts, keep the clock going. And
there we go. It's kind of an unbalanced formation there to start with. And that was Katie who was in there, and then he ran away, and they direct snapped it to Bryce Payne.
Yeah, I don't know why you're getting cute here with that. Just, you know, get Johnson, you know, either in the shotgun or under center, and keep it simple. Not saying you're not trying to get first downs, but, you know, you want to take time off. You want to get the ball in the hands of guys that you feel comfortable with.
Well, Johnson's back in the shotgun.
I'd be surprised if they throw the ball here.
That's a good wrap-up tackle.
Yep.
No gain.
Yep, number 2, nice play. He's had a couple nice tackles. That's Tajuddin. He's had a nice game. Has some nice plays. Now, if you're Franklin, you take every second you can. You look at that back judge. He'll give you the signal when there's 5 seconds left on the play clock. You try to snap it as close to 1 as you can. You take every second off. You do not want to delay a game or anything else. So his hand is going up. He hasn't started the count yet. But here he goes. 5, 4, 3, 2. Good. Did it with 2 seconds.
And you lost the contain, and there goes Johnson. He's going to make it all the way down inside the 20 to the 13.
And I think that's kind of been the name of the game in the second half. It's been, you know, Johnson. Obviously, he had the nice play, but his feet have really done a nice job for Franklin. Bears have just been a little bit, you know, off this second half. They've obviously, some guys have cramped up that aren't out there, but just
Yo, I know that's too off mom, bro, with the hand. I know it.
all right, they're going to get a delay game here.
Timeout.
Right, they took the timeout before that.
No, they didn't. They took the penalty.
Okay.
I mean, the penalty's there. Everybody has to get back. Bears were not set, but it didn't hurt them as they ran right up the middle.
And if you're the Bears, you're going after that football. If you're Franklin, you want two hands on the football. At the very least here, you want to keep the ball, keep the clock moving, keep the ball. Even if you don't get a first down here, you want to have as little time left on the clock for the Bears when they up. And then we got a late arrival.
Yeah, I honestly thought the Bears only had 10 players last play.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Oh, ball did come loose, but Johnson's already on the. Oh, he's on the ground. 4 minutes and 7 seconds. So.
Subs and Stop and Shop for supporting this evening's dinner for the Varsity Bears football team. Again, big thanks to Mr. Subs and Stop and Shop for their involvement in our program.
Again, a running play, where the clock down, you're going to be under 2 minutes.
Yeah, you're going to, right, exactly.
And they're passing on the outside, a little flanker screen. And again, Bears lose contain. And scored because he hit the pylon.
Yeah, you got in there.
So a 18-yard touchdown pass there.
And this has to feel good for this group here, especially, you know, the guys that have been here for a couple years and didn't get a win last year.
And I only had 2 wins the year before.
Yeah.
I think one of it was in the consolation game at the end.
And obviously the game's not over yet, but it's looking better and better by the minute here for Franklin. This one will put them up, if they make it, 2 scores with the 2-point conversion. So.
Penalty against Franklin. Oh, that one's blocked at the line. A little mishandle on the snap, the hold. But our score is 27-12, Franklin.
Yeah, tempers are flaring. Bears are a little frustrated here. They got to keep their head.
Well, if you're the Bears, you gotta pick up chunk yardage.
Yeah, no.
You gotta pick up. You can't be doing the little outs, getting 5 yards. You've got to be throwing down seams.
Yeah, no, obviously no huddling. You have a couple plays ready to go. You at least, you know, listen, in this situation, you at least want to give yourself a shot in terms of trying to get a score before the time goes off. And then, you know, obviously at that point, you probably have to do an onside kick or something if you were fortunate to get that score. But you want to at least see if you can give yourself that opportunity.
Oh, we'll see what Franklin does here on the kickoff. Now kickoffs after that first one, which went out of bounds. They've been pretty good with that. It's going to come down to Bennett at the 15. And he'll get it over to the 32, where the Bears will take over 1st and 10. Well, being a fan of Canadian football, as I am, the joke in Canada is, what's the safest lead? What's the only safe lead? 21 points with 21 seconds left. Because they can score fast and furious. And the rules on the onside kicks are a little different up there.
Right, yeah. They want to see that excitement, right?
Yep.
Now, when is that? What's that season? When's this season for that?
They're playing now.
They're playing now.
They're
Okay.
about halfway through.
Okay.
About halfway through. Toronto and Winnipeg and British Columbia and Montreal are the 4 best teams right now. Again, I think Tropiano's telegraphing that one. He was lining up, double clutched, and through. And I don't even think Hernandez was looking that way for it. Second down and 10. Well, you got an idea of Tropiano's arm strength? Like, could he throw it 40 yards in the air? There's
like a hold. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, he was grabbing his hip there.
Couple of flags coming in. Yeah, I'm surprised Franklin hasn't dropped a couple people really deep. Kind of plays center field. So holding or pass interference, either one, gives the Bears a first down. So the ball moves up to the 43 and gives the Bears a fresh set of downs. Trips to the bottom of the screen. And Tropiano is sacked for the second time. That just, the defensive line just barreling through. That was not a blitz.
No, yeah, that was just the four defensive linemen. You know, if you can do that, that's what made that Tampa Bay had that great defense. Warren Sapp and other guys, they could get pressure and could keep 2 deep safeties covered too.
The ball was tipped in the air at the line and got picked.
Yeah, I think third interception for Franklin. So they've been doing a nice job making some big plays there.
Well, they've been flirting with the tip drills all night, and that time somebody got their arms under it.
Yeah, that was the first right tip interception.
Jay Williams.
Yeah, and you can make an argument, Ken, probably, you know, a lot of big plays in the game, but probably one of the biggest was the interception for a touchdown in that third quarter to give Franklin, you know, the lead. Obviously, a lot happened after that, and doesn't mean you win the game, but kind of gave Franklin that momentum to kind of do what they did.
So Franklin looking to run the clock out with the ball in the Bear 44, inside handoff. Straight up the gut, nothing fancy here. And the Bears not calling a timeout, knowing pretty much this is, you know, with down 15 points, that this is pretty much done. All right, so second down.
Yeah, smartly taking every second. They're could have taken more time if they wanted. And Franklin's holding on to that ball like they should be. Bears are trying to get after that ball.
Coach, go back to point.
1 minute. Forward progress. 38. And the coach of Franklin getting an ice bath, a Gatorade bath.
Yeah, field, like you said, field probably feels good for that program. The head coach is Blair Wilson, so not a bad, some nights in football you don't want to get that bath on the humidity. I mean, it feels good to win, but today it probably actually feels good.
And our final score is the Warriors of Franklin Township High School 27, Bears 12. Again, very disappointing turnovers, mistakes all over the place, missed opportunities. So a lot of work to be done here, but for Franklin, they get their first win in 1.5 seasons, or seems like 2 years, it was the very end of 2 years ago. For the Bears, they got to figure it out and come back against a very strong Hillsborough team next Friday night here at Jay Doyle. We'll be here again with EBTV coverage. So we'll take this opportunity right now to thank EBTV for all the great work they do in supporting East Brunswick High School athletics. For Richie Whalen, I'm Ken Saroka. Again, final score is Franklin Township 27, East Brunswick 12. Have a good night.